All right. We have got another week of Worthy Woman Serving Wins. All right, so what we're going to talk about tonight, and I want you to be mindful that I've got two screens going here. I have my wonderful worthy women here, and we're going to allow a few people to join us. This is our Monday Worthy Women Serving Wins webinar. Y'all only get a peek. Just a peek, because I have to go back over here to my worthy women in a moment. So, all right. We got some goodies. We got some goodies for tonight, y'all. You got to be careful. Bear with me. I got a lot of screens. I got a lot of screens going on. And for the sake of confidentiality, I'm going to mute. Okay, one of my ladies over here, mute yourself. Right, I'm gonna mute you. So, I'm gonna come back to my worthy women, and we are going to have our own discussion. All right. So, what are your greatest fears about men, and where do they come from? And if you could tell your story of these relationships with these men, what would your story look like? And how do you decide when to leave a man alone? And that's really what this is about. When do I tap out? And again, I'm focusing in on my women, because that's what this is about. This is about worthy women serving wins. This is our weekly Monday night webinar. How do you decide when to leave a man alone? All right, so first, we got what I call the deal breakers. You know, the stuff that God don't like. You know, God don't like ugly. You know, things like violence, addiction, untreated mental health issues, because there's definitely a difference between untreated mental health issues and treated mental health issues, and repetitive infidelity. And so now I'm speaking about repetitive infidelity. Y'all, I mean, hey, don't nobody want no solo act of it either, right? But sometimes it can happen and it not happen again. But when you have someone who's just a solo cheater, I mean, you just got something else. That's something else. All right. So those are the deal breakers. Those are definitely the grounds to leave anybody alone, regardless of gender. Okay. And so we're not talking about those. So we want to weed those folks out. Hi, Joyce. Assalamu alaikum, Minna. So we want to weed those things out. But so let's just go back and say you got a normal relationship, okay? All right, worthy women, we have a normal relationship, but I just don't know if I should stay. I don't know if I should stay. And so first thing I want you to ask yourself is, there's a couple of questions. Ask yourself and be honest about whether or not this love that you want, if it ever existed. Because you can't keep holding this man accountable for a love that he ain't never been able to muster up. If he's never done it before and you keep asking for it, don't think that you're going to get it, because it's not. Did this love thing ever happen for real, or is it one that you created in your own head? And if it never did, it may be best for you to let this man go, because here it is. You're going to be holding him accountable for something that he just ain't capable of doing. You can't keep asking someone to give you something that, you know what, that just ain't even they love scope, okay? And this is what we do, ladies. We want something, and it seems so small. You know, I just want more time. I just want more sex. I just want more affection. I just want him to spend more time with the kids. And he just can't seem to do it. But it seems so, it's like if we could just get over this hump, we would be good. But he just can't do it. And maybe he used to do it. And it's a new day. He can't do it now. And if you've exhausted your efforts, you've talked and you cried, and maybe even you tried counseling, and he still doesn't, it might be time to go. The other thing you can ask yourself is, I'm also going to ask you, do you have children with this man? Okay. No, no. This is, someone said, "Do I need to excuse myself?" No, no. This is for anybody. These are actually questions that a man could also ask for himself. Okay, because I see Mr. Pennasoda, Jack Pennasoda. He said, "Excellent." So he must agree with something that I said. So this goes both ways. Okay, and so. What do you have children with this person? And if you don't have deal breakers, sometimes you don't have the deal breakers, you know, the God don't like ugly stuff. Maybe you don't have the violence and the addiction, and maybe nobody's hitting anyone and no one's, you know, punching holes in the walls. Okay, we don't have that. But maybe the person is controlling, or they have annoying manners that just, oh, that bothers me. Or he won't parent the children. Or he's stingy. He's stingy with the money. Or he doesn't really care about being your friend, and you know, you just feel like, I'm just in this by myself, I'm raising these kids by myself, and it just takes you to a different place. You really may have to learn how to do relationships differently. Folks can change rather than running amok, going from relationship to relationship and marriage to marriage and deal with these issues. Y'all can learn how to change, but sometimes people aren't. And so I'm going to ask you, women, are you willing to tell this man how you really feel? Worthy women, you are really going to have to tell this man how you feel. And are you willing to give him your truth of who he is to you, and not give a dead darn about how unhappy it might make him, or how much he yells, or how long he will go without talking to you, or how he may take it out on the children, or how then he may threaten to do whatever it is that he may threaten to do. One of my worthy women said, "Man, I'm married for money the next time," okay? Trust me, even a man you marry for money, he gonna have something. He may end up being the one that's stingy. So this is going to be about you being willing to tell this man how you feel. If you are going to go through and you're going to ask yourself these questions, and then you are still going to say, hey, I'm going to stick this out. All right, cool. Are you willing to give your truth? Okay. And you, as well as him too, both of you need to be able to tell the truth of how you experience the other person in this marriage, without ever feeling like, if I say something, love will be taken away, or I'm going to be mistreated, or I'm going to be wronged in some way. Because now, if that's what comes up in your mind, you got a problem. That's a whole nother issue. No one should get lashes for telling their truth. But women, these are a couple of things that I want us to be mindful of. And these are typically the things that women are afraid of. And this is why we get silent with our men. All right. One of the things is we shut down, and we don't want to tell the truth about what it is that we're feeling and we're thinking, because we don't want him to blow up and for him to take it out on you. The next thing is, you don't want him to threaten to leave you or to divorce you. Or you don't want it to be that he's so upset now, and, you know, he's in a different space, and now he's depressed, and he can't handle the truth of what it is that you're saying. And now the fallout, everything, his face and his whole mood, and him just, you know, just be in a bad space. And now he wants to work late, and he don't want to come home. And now all of it's your fault. These are the things that we fear from men. He's going to blow up, that he's going to threaten you with removing himself from your life, or that aftermath that comes out that he doesn't like, it's all your fault, because all you had to do was shut up. Hey, just shut up, and we don't have to deal with this. And so you don't want to go there. And these are your fears. And this is why you don't tell your truth. And so, ladies, I'm going to say, will you have a question section or no? Please feel free to go ahead and ask any questions that you like. And when after our class, I'll come back and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can. Okay. So But to my worthy women, you got to be a big girl and you got to take that on. He's a man. He's a big boy. He can handle it. You are not the man in this relationship. Give him who you are. Give him the fullness of the woman that you are and be honest about who she is. Be honest about how you experience him as a man. Because if you want love, if you want pure love with this man, the next man, any man, you are going to have to stand in front of those feelings that scare you. You are going to have to stand in front of the fear of him blowing up. You're going to have to stand in front of him throwing divorce out at you again. You are going to have to stand in front of, you know what, he looked like he, he done tapped out on you mentally again and he shut down. And now it's your fault and it's being blamed on you. You're going to have to stand in front of all of that. And I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, and it's going to be okay. Because it's a lie. It is going to be uncomfortable. And you are going to have to be comfortable with your discomfort. You are going to have to be able to manage yourself, put your big girl drawers on, and have confidence in the woman that you believe yourself to be, and give this man as much of you as you possibly can, being compassionate and with some good delivery as well, and give him the fullness of the woman that you are. And you're going to have to, don't be afraid of the woman that you give him. Because if he is the man that you say, I want to stick with, this is the man that I don't want to tap out on, God willing, he can handle it. I'm reading the comments from my worthy women. Y'all a trip. I'm going to come back to y'all. Because it is going to hurt. And I realize that you want to avoid those uncomfortable positions. But this is what you're going to need to do. This is going to be about ensuring that you find someone or that you are with someone that's not going to hurt you to the white meat. Because when someone loves you, they don't hurt you to the white meat. You will feel like it is worth it, even when it hurts. And these things that you fear, these consequences and repercussions that you are afraid of getting from this man, if you say your truth, y'all gonna be good because you love each other. All right, so let me know what you think in the comments. Sahar said if he's worth it, he will listen to your truth and try to meet you halfway. If he acts a fool, you need to keep stepping. Okay, so that right there might answer a question for a lot of people. Sahar just, summed it up for us real quickly. But this is it. And but ladies, I don't want you to get so caught up in your fear that you don't allow this man to have the full benefit of who you are. You're going to have to tell the truth and not be so fearful of not being loved that you miss out on love. And this is how we mess up. All right. So I'm going to go back to my Worthy Women's group. Please let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions, this group meets every Monday for several weeks. We will have another class that is going to start in August. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments and I'll put up a link. And I'm going to go back over here to my Worthy Women Serving Wins. Y'all take care.